I've got my best buddy Matt Germain up with our good friend Jarrett Johnson at North Point Outfitters in pursuit of Matt's first bull moose. Myself, Helgi Amundsen, Jeff Coyle, and our whole crew have known Jarrett for a number of years, and I'm not gonna lie, as far as a first moose hunt experience goes, Matt is in for a treat.
Girl, I wanna show you where the freedom fills the midnight air. Hold out your hand, I'll take you there to a backwoods paradise.
Well, welcome to Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan.
There ain't no roots in that downtown rodeo. Sometimes you gotta put in a work, tip it on back and get right back down to earth. Soak up that full moon high, find yourself lost in a never-ending sky full of stars and feet in the dirt. Let's giddy on up and get right back down to earth. Whoa.
PV Mart proudly presents Backwoods Backstage with Brett Kissel. Brought to you by Deuce Vodka, Bushnell Optics, Federal Premium Ammunition, Alberta Hunter Education Instructors Association, Enow Lake Lodge, Old Smokes Coffee, MCS Net, Corlane Sporting Goods, and Nutrisource Pet Food.
Well, kind of seems as if we're a little bit late. It's coming up on 8:30, sun setting, and we're headed up way, way north. I'm ready for an adventure. I have no idea what to expect, but from what I heard, I might need a little bit of babysitting this trip. I'm a little bit out of my element, but as long as I can shoot straight, everybody's gonna be happy. So, I don't know, let's everybody cross your fingers for me, because I'm scared.
Up here north of Fort Mac once again, second year in a row for me, and the fourth for our team. Helgi Amundsen introduced me to Jarrett with North Point Outfitters. Well, I had a handful of buddies put in for the moose tag up here this year because with COVID not being a thing any longer, as a resident, well, I can't just purchase a tag from Jarrett. He's an outfitter. So I have 4 buddies and one individual put in for the tag. None of my buddies got it, and the individual got it. So Matt Germain is behind the trigger. We got the Corlane Rocky Mountain Rifle, top of the old Huskamaw, looking to get the job done.
Got a little bit of nerves, never did something like this before. We are in the middle of nowhere, hopping in an Argo, we're loaded up to the gills, trucks are locked, we're on our way in. Apparently it's gonna take 4 hours. They can tell me it's 4 hours, they can tell me it's 40 minutes.
It's
I have
4
no
hours.
idea.
Yeah.
Coming into our first day on this moose hunt, I've never done anything close to this. And I know you hear that a lot on the show, which going back in time, that's honestly the #1 reason why we started to do this, was new experiences, new hunting adventures, new fishing adventures, and obviously spending good time with my great buddy Jordan Walsh, and this is gonna be one for the books. Ready to roll.
Germain has zero idea what he is in for.
Well, it's getting a little swampy, so we're hooking up to the Argo. We're gonna play a little tug of war.
We're not 30 minutes into this adventure, and the Argos are getting stuck, the side-by-side's damn near buried, and we're having to hook on to the Argo just to get our ass through.
Well, I mean, for a brand new machine, I don't know how thrilled Derek's gonna be that they got it yesterday, and we're just driving it through the northern part of Alberta and through Muskeg, but we're hooked up to the Argo and it gets pretty hairy, and we made her. So far, so good. This thing will need a bath after though, that's for sure.
Well, this is home sweet home for the next couple of days. She don't get much better than this out here in the mighty north. couple of wall tents. Funny enough, the one just over my shoulder was the one that John Taylor, myself, and Jared had set up last year when we came in and found this spot for Jared. He's like, you know what, this is a solid spot. I'm gonna come back here and make this my own, his personal main camp. I guess his main spike camp for the next season. He didn't lie, here it is. Hopefully we can find success for a second time for Matt Germain. You know, Germain's never done any hunt like this, and that's not a knock on him whatsoever. Most guys really haven't. When you're getting up, you know, in the morning, driving 7 hours, then another 3.5 hours in by Argo, side by side, whatever it might be, that's some next level, what I call true hunting. And to be fair, I've only done a couple handfuls of those myself, but I gotta say, it's quite an experience, and I'm really privileged to share it with my good buddy, Matt Germain.
I have no idea what to expect. I've never been this far up north. I've never done anything remotely this far away removed from civilization. I'm excited to be here. Harvesting a great bull is something I've always wanted to do for the longest time. And I'm just super excited. Don't know what to expect, but I know the gun's sighted in, we're dialed in, and we're ready to shoot. From last night, it was pretty dark. We got on around just before 1 o'clock, and I was tracking it on the side-by-side. We did about 40 kilometers through muskeg, through fallen trees, we were bushwhacking. And that in itself was quite the experience. But by the time we got into camp, we had some quick food, went to bed, and I know we were up early.
You know, one of my favorite things about doing these hunts all around the world and capturing them on camera for, you know, memories forever, realistically, is sharing it now with people. You know, Matt's kind of like a little brother to me, little brother I never had or wanted. And be able to take him to Africa earlier this year, you know, basically engulf him as part of the family, and really his family engulf me as part of theirs. Brett, Derek, Tracy, everybody. Sometimes you don't always have to be behind the trigger. I remember when I started doing this, Helgi Amundsen was like, you know, one day you're gonna be the guy taking people and not pulling the trigger, so enjoy the trigger pulling while you can. Well, 7 years later, here we are. But I gotta say, sometimes it's just as special.
What's the morning of day one? Up early, just had legal shooting light, and I'll be honest, we're so far remote and removed from anywhere that the nerves are setting in a little bit. You know, I gotta make a good shot. It's cold. The moose are in full rut right now, full swing, and let's hope we can get it done quick and get home. We've been out and about for about an hour 10 minutes now, and it's pretty cold. It was froze overnight, and didn't get to sleep too late, too long. Up early while she slept in a little bit. He was the alarm guy, but we're out now. We're calling. I look like a camel marshmallow, but I'm warm and I'm happy and I'm excited. So let's see if we can get it done today.
Morning one, got in last night about 12:30, and got a quick handful of sleep. And we're right in the thick of it. This is moose country, frosted this morning. You can't ask for much more prime moose hunting conditions.
Kind of figured there was one coming. We got a bull coming back over in here. Hauling really lightly, not real hard. But yeah, he's definitely coming. I'm gonna get on the other side and try and get him across this line.
Oh, we got a moose on the inbound, bull moose. Still a ways away, he's coming slow.
So far, so good. Matt's got the real deal experience just in a nutshell. Okay, we haven't been at it for an hour. Jarrett is rocking the call. Bull moose on a string, coming at us like a hurricane. What do you know? Look to our right, boom. Great looking bull right there, about 250, 300 down the cut line. Jarrett says, great bull, take him if you got him. And for full credit, Germain weighs 0 time and sending lead downrange.
He's a good one. He's a good one right now.
Again. Easy.
You ready for the hump? Right behind the shoulder, right in the hump. You hit him there, right?
Got shells now though, Jarrett.
Just let him be. Let him be. I think you hit him good.
You hit him good twice.
This thing moved in my second shot.
Did that first shot hit?
Yeah.
Good.
First one for sure. Second one, this thing moved.
Third one hit.
Third one was good too.
That's why you go to the north.
It moved. You moved it.
With North Point Outfitters. There it is.
Just let him be.
My gun is loud.
That's got a muzzle on it. Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Where did that take, an hour? First morning?
Yeah.
Did I call it like last year? Not being cocky, but I said first morning we're gonna kill the bull. We did.
There you go. First ever moose experience, especially like this.
Might be your last one like this.
Didn't go very far. Want to go 10 yards into the bush. And that's what I call a successful hunt.
How you feeling?
Oh, it's my first ever bull moose. I really don't think it could have went any better. Shot him on the trail, what are we, 10 yards into the bush, if that. And didn't go 20. As long as the shooting's good. You don't need any redneck rodeo chasing the moose.
No, he didn't go very far, so you obviously hit him good. How's that, boys?
J-Rock and the boys.
For me, I've never been on a moose hunt, so I didn't have any expectations, nor did I know we were going to shoot or harvest so quickly. That being said, overall experience 10 out of 10. And you know, between the side-by-siding, us really being out here in the boondocks, really taking in the true Alberta North for what it is, all in, top shelf, 1,000,000,000%, 100% of the time.
Well, you know, it was a pretty quick and an efficient morning. First morning out, we're about 200 meters away from camp. The ace outfitter, Jarrett, I don't even know what to say. I had no expectations, but what did it take us, an hour and a half? We're tagged out?
Not much more this morning, nope. They've been going pretty good. Yeah, we had a pretty warm first week, but this week it got cold and it turned on like a light switch about 2 days ago, and we got 2-3 bulls coming in at a time usually every time we call. So this morning after this one was shot, we had another one coming in, and yeah, it's been pretty exciting. Yeah, out of I think 15 hunters already this year, everyone's pretty much shot out. This is our first day.
I can't believe it. This, again, this is my first ever bull moose. I don't think it could have gone any smoother, any better. Obviously with the Argos and the whole setup that you guys have here, this is easy. I guess I shouldn't say easy, but you make it a lot easier on us with all the experience, because I'm not too sure how much help Walsh and I are.
Well, it takes about 3 days to get camping here, so it's all nice when you get here, but it's not nice getting it in. Yeah, as you can see, we got to use the Argo to get back in here, so yeah.
I mean, even us, we spent 10 hours on the road, probably collectively, between stops and all around, and then we did another 2 hours on a side-by-side. So if you want to go shoot the moose, you got to go to where the moose are. But Jared, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, bud.
This is a hell of a bull. I'm really happy.
Yeah, that was a good deal. Good shot.
What do you say, buddy? Great shooting.
I can't believe it.
Honest to goodness, great shooting. Proud of you. when you put in your draw for this zone, and I said we're gonna, join my buddy Jarrett in North Point Outfitters, did you think it was gonna be that quick?
No, honestly, we have a whole week to hunt here, and it took us about 75 minutes.
Honest engine, you can't make that stuff up. But you made a great shot. 220 yards. We could hear him coming in. Jarrett says, and it's obvious if you can hear the antlers when he's starting to get close, then you know he's potentially a shooter.
Yeah.
Well, that next thing you know, you hear that. We put ourselves in a great shooting position. He came out right on the cut, like he read the script realistically. And I mean, Jarrett's always been amazing, but I gotta say, he called this to a T. He's like, we're gonna be tagged out the first morning. These things have been in rut, and you made a heck of a shot. I mean, took an extra one, but you got the job done.
Well, we're super excited. Nothing could have went better to plan. You know what? There might be a new rifleman in town.
Hey now. Walking back, got a bull moose down. Got him drug out with the Argo. Everything's done. Had to run to camp. Grab another SD card for the camera. But anybody who gets a chance, to go do a remote hunt like this, do it. It's unbelievable. This is my third year in a row. Last year was behind the trigger. We had a lot of success. Everybody I sent here with Jarrett seems to have success on these just real great Alberta bulls. This year's Matt Germain's turn, baby. We haven't measured this guy out yet, but I guess about 47-inch bull moose for Alberta. That's all a guy can ask.
Let's guess.
Everybody guess first. You're 47?
Yeah.
Mike?
45.
46.
46.
43.
I'm gonna go with an over a 50. Well, everybody took my guess, so I'll just go with 49 because it's the number, but I think it might be a little shy.
41 and a half. Go to that bigger point there. 42.
42.
42 right to there.
Okay. Someone did, didn't they?
Who guessed 43?
You did, yeah.
Right there.
There you go.
Wow, nobody out here seems brought cash, so I even got American for these Yankee boys. So I got everybody covered. Great work. Somehow I'm the camera guy. I come up with the great idea to make this bet, and then I got to pay for all the Canadians' bets. It's unbelievable.
I guess as luck would have it, we were prepped and packed for 8 days of hunting. But we got it done in the first hour of the first morning. I mean, driving into camp, getting in at 1 a.m., sleeping in wall tents, something I've never even thought about doing before. But we got to spend some good time with my good buddy Walshy. We got the job done. Freezer's full. For anybody that hasn't done a moose hunt, this is something that I wanted to do for a long, long time. And North Point Outfitters is easily the best experience that I could have imagined we could have ever had. But check them out, and you know what? Nothing beats a good old Albertan moose.
So when we woke up this morning, right with the sun, we decided to maybe hit snooze once or twice, skip out on breakfast. I think I had a Smarties for breakfast or something. We started walking away from the camp, and right away, about 400 meters away from where we were situated, we started calling, and we were getting some calls back, and then throughout the morning, we actually had the opportunity on a bull that came into the clearing, and we called him right in. I took a shot at about 270 yards, but it was cold this morning. There was frost on the ground, but from my understanding, it was great moose hunting weather. I was expecting a 7-day hunt, but Jarrett put us on some bulls right away. One of the best moose callers that I've ever seen. I've done a lot of research on YouTube and whatnot before we got here. However, great caller, great guide. Obviously, this is his outfit. And he had us on moose right away, and my only job was to pull the trigger and make sure I make a good shot. We did that, and the moose only went 10 yards, and it was a pretty easy retrieval with the big Argo machines.
We get in, meet up with Jarrett a little bit late, launch the side-by-side the Argo. Jarrett looks at me and says, we still got 3.5 hours to go. What do you mean? Last year it was, a couple hours we were right where we needed to be. Yeah, we're going more north. We're not staying at main camp. I've launched a number more spike camps up by where you, Jordan, shot your bull last year. We're actually going right into that neck of the woods because the bulls up there are on fire, the rut is crazy, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get this job done right first kick at the can. I'm like, come on, we're not gonna kill a moose day one. It's just not gonna happen. Well, who was I to judge? I mean, you'd think after all these years of coming up here myself, Helgi, with Jarrett, that I would just take this guy's word for gospel, okay? He might be the moose calling magician, and this guy reads these things like a book. He couldn't have been more accurate. We actually set his personal best record dropping Matt's bull in 57 minutes. And I gotta say, just like in Africa, I've been quite impressed with old Matt Germain since we've rigged him up with our Huskama optics. Maybe a little biased, maybe he's had some practice. I don't want to give him too much credit, but the kid can shoot. Is there a new rifleman in town? Come on. He's still not me. But hey, with a few good more years under his belt and a lot more rounds down the barrel, maybe, just maybe, one day he can be half as good. With yet another successful adventure in the Great Canadian North in the books, it was time to pack up and head home. But for those of you who have experienced this, getting out isn't always as easy as getting in. Sorry, Derek.